You think aliens will bring the apocalypse, and you're right. Millions of years ago, the intergalactic councils hid a doomsday device inside your DNA. And now, it's scheduled to go off. And here's the crazy part. The doomsday device is you. This alien-engineered dimensional EMP is about to detonate from inside your chest. An interdimensional bomb designed to obliterate everything you know. And the countdown has already begun. Before humans existed, all extraterrestrial races cooperated to create the perfect species to embody explosive evolution for all consciousness in the multiverse. The result was humans. So, before humans existed, extraterrestrials, as they do now, lived in harmony with each other. This is what is not being told to you for two reasons. Number one, it is our experience because we are in the Earth Matrix experiment, which is designed to make you feel like you are isolated from everything else. That is an illusion. So we project that onto the universe and we think all the other extraterrestrials are isolated and they fight with each other, and all of that stuff is complete nonsense. The truth is that they cooperate with each other. Now, humans hadn't existed yet. So what they decided to do is they wanted to create the perfect physical avatar for their souls. Because souls are the same throughout the universe. Doesn't matter if they're from whatever galaxy or whatever civilization or whether they're human. Souls are identical. And souls want to incarnate in different kinds of worlds to have different kinds of experiences and learn different lessons. So before humans ever existed, before the Earth ever existed, these councils of extraterrestrials came together and they tried to figure out how can we create the perfect avatar body so that when a soul incarnates into it, it has built within it all of these technologies, energy technologies that would allow that soul to access incredible amounts of power if that's what it wanted. And they designed the perfect body and they decided to settle on the human body, your body. The Earth was created to house the 3D consciousness experiment matrix. After millions of years of evolution, the human body was perfected for being the ultimate energetic transceiver for consciousness energy. The human body was designed with kundalini, chakras, energy meridians, energy cauldrons or dantians, the 5 organs to house the 5 elements, and the pineal gland to act as an interdimensional antenna transceiver. So what you need to understand is that your body, your human body, is already designed to achieve incredible spiritual heights. Your physical human body is designed to give you a completely transcendent experience. Now, your soul has the option to activate those systems or not. But if you choose to do that, you activate the kundalini, you activate the spinal column, you activate the 3 main energy centers of the body. You activate the energies within the 5 organs, which are the 5 elements. You activate all of these energies. You will be able to have a powerful transcendent experience, and it will be such a powerful experience that your soul can't have that in its normal state, in the bliss of higher dimensions. It is under the pressure cooker of Earth when you do these practices that creates this transcendent, powerful experience. Not everybody chooses to do that. But if you do, you have the technology right at your fingertips, literally. So ET spirit guides taught humans how to activate Kundalini, chakras, meridians, energy cauldrons, and even the pineal gland transceiver in the middle of your brain. However, they kept secret from humans the most powerful energy device within the human body, and that is the interdimensional heart stargate. So within your body is another spiritual technology. This is something that has been kept secret. Even though yoga has a lot of secrets to it, and qigong has a lot of secrets to it, shamanism, they have secrets to it. These are things that higher dimensional extraterrestrial guides have sought to teach humans how to open and use these technologies within our body. The one thing that they kept secret was that in your chest is an EMP. It is an electromagnetic stargate. And the way that it works is it is continuously channeling higher dimensional electromagnetic frequencies which surround the soul, which lives directly in the middle of your heart. That's where your soul is sitting. Your heart is doing whatever it's doing, and your soul is right there. Your soul is being channeled continuously from higher dimensions into your heart. Now, your soul is not a third dimensional being. Your soul cannot survive in this third dimensional environment, so it has to be surrounded by an unbelievably powerful higher dimensional electromagnetic field. And that field is called the Shin in Taoism. It's also called the heart mind. I'm calling it the heart stargate because that's exactly what it is. You see, we think that we are trapped inside this body and that we can't escape until we die. And that isn't accurate. The truth is that your higher dimensional self is continuously projecting his or her consciousness into this heart stargate. But in order for it to be safe, it has to be surrounded by higher dimensional energy. This higher dimensional energy is usually dormant. Now, this is that EMP. This is the hidden time bomb that is in your body, and the higher dimensional beings have kept this secret from humans until now. So the heart stargate was so powerful that only a select few were able to mentally and physically tolerate the level of electromagnetic energy released. The stargate was created within the human body millions of years ago, but it was kept hidden so that when humanity and Earth were finally ready for the evolutionary explosion of energy that would be released, the techniques of releasing the heart stargate energy would be taught to the world to release the explosive 5D shift of energy onto Earth. So this has been planned from the beginning. I just received this understanding just a couple of days ago. And so if you are doing these practices already, maoshan.thunderwizard.com, or you're doing the lightning qigong or the celestial qigong or the summoning the immortals, which can be found at thunderwizard.com, if you're doing these already, you can feel this energy. I learned this in a secret Taoist sect that was specifically for fighting evil spirits. And the energy was so powerful, I went and tried to find any other practice on this earth that could even come close to it. I looked into all of them from all over the world and I couldn't find it. I even started teaching this to people who were yoga masters, who were Tai Chi masters, who were Qigong masters, and every single one of them said that they had never felt anything at this high of a frequency. And it wasn't until I started working directly with interdimensional light beings that they revealed to me that these techniques that I had learned that were kept secret were actually devised by higher dimensional beings. And that this was, in fact, a way that human beings could access higher dimensions. But the power was so intense that most people can't psychologically tolerate it because it starts to destroy your understanding of reality. And the reality that you do experience is so bizarre and shocking, if you're trying to live a normal life, you won't be able to do it. So only a few, select few, were able to tolerate this energy. So, the strategy the original ET creators had for Earth was that at the appointed time, humans would be awakened and taught how to flood 3D Earth with this higher dimensional energy channeled through the heart stargate. The sudden influx of higher dimensional consciousness would cause intense and sudden physical, psychological, and spiritual changes. So here's the truth of the matter when it comes to transcending to a higher frequency. It does not happen slowly, it does not happen gradually, it does not happen comfortably. It is a huge shift. It's just like if you're listening to a radio station and you turn to a different frequency, it could be you're listening to classical and next thing you know, you're listening to punk rock. It could be that huge. And this is what we're dealing with here. And again, when you shift from one frequency to another, the world that you understand within your current frequency completely dissolves. And so this is the challenge. Now, this is a scientific fact according to higher dimensional beings. They say this is how it has to happen. So we don't have the option to create a scenario for humans that will be gentle and easy. We can do everything in our power to help them. We can give them tools, like all of the tools we mentioned already: Kundalini, chakras, dantians, energy meridians, and the heart stargate was the crown jewel of all of the energy systems within the body. And this is being activated. So you have a choice. You can either allow this explosive sudden shift to happen to you psychologically, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and you can suffer the consequences of that. Or you can choose to proactively be a part of the process and flip on the switch yourself. Know what you're getting into and be like Dr. Manhattan. Walk into that experimental chamber and allow yourself to be completely transformed. It's better to do it if you know what's going on than if it's a surprise to you. Okay, so millions of years ago, the ET Earth Guardians saw that there would need to be a sudden, overwhelming release of 5D electromagnetic energy on the Earth's surface to overwhelm and transform Earth from 3D frequencies to 5D frequencies. Okay, so this is the second part of it. So the Earth herself is going to shift. She's actually shifting right now. There's massive transformation happening within the Earth. And so what we are here to do as well is to release from within our own bodies, to release this higher dimensional energy and flood the Earth with it. So this is a strategy. The strategy is, instead of having these frequencies fight with each other, the strategy is to flood three-dimensional frequencies with 5D frequencies and just completely overtake the system. Make the shift. So the time for sitting on the fence and do I want to shift or do I not want to shift, those times are over. You're going to have to make a decision. Why not be on the side that has its hand on the stick where you can turn on the switch? At least you'll know what's going on. So they designed the human body with the heart stargate to act like a hidden remote-controlled explosive device that contained enough 5D energy that suddenly it would shift both humans and Earth into higher frequencies. So that time is now. For over 100 years, Maoshan spirit fighters have been learning directly from mantis extraterrestrials, perfecting the techniques to release the hidden power of what they call Shi, which is this higher dimensional electromagnetic field. And it gets released directly into the body and then from the human body onto planet Earth. So the practices that they were taught are very simple. There are simple ones and there are complex ones depending on how much power you want. But this was designed to give people power to become sorcerers, demon fighters. It was designed to have a human being have the power to break all of the three-dimensional rules of physics. And this is why the Maoshan were looked upon as evil sorcerers. There's a lot of folk magicians who use the name Maoshan because of its reputation, but they're just low-level black magicians. A true Maoshan practitioner is a practitioner that is seeking what's called the highest heaven. The Shang Qing is what they called it. The highest awareness, the highest clarity. And this frequency is so powerful, it is so concentrated that negativity cannot survive. Evil spirits run away. The Maoshan fighters were the only people on the planet that have the ability with their bare hands to destroy evil spirits. Other people have to pray, light incense, call on the gods. Nothing wrong with that. But how would you like to have that power? Nothing can touch you when you have that power working through you. So, here are the practices. These are for beginners. This is the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong. So that can be found here at thunderwizard.com. Click on memberships and then subscribe to the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong. This is a practice that activates all of the systems that I described already. There's Kundalini Yoga in there, which will activate the Kundalini. Kundalini is a higher dimensional consciousness energy. So it's an energy of consciousness that goes directly into higher dimensions. So we do Kundalini Yoga. We do Qigong. Qigong means energy work. So there's Qi and then there's Shi. Shi is a different energy. We'll talk about that in a second. Qi is life force energy. And it has a lot of similar properties as this heart stargate. It deals with electromagnetic energy, but it's third dimensional electromagnetic energy. You fill the body with this. You absorb this. You do this every time you breathe. Pranayama, breath work. Qigong and is also breath work. That's one form of Qigong. So in the Warrior 90-Day, I teach you Kundalini Yoga, I teach you Qigong, and I also teach you the beginning rudimentary techniques to open this heart stargate and release that higher dimensional electromagnetic field throughout your whole body. It took me many years to figure out how to bring all these together, because normally, in the past, you couldn't do these different. You had to pick one. You want to do Kundalini Yoga, do that one. You want to do Qigong, do that one. You want to do, if you're lucky enough to find the Shi energy, you got to do that one by itself. But if you tried to mix them together, the frequencies would create a harmful sine wave. I can tell you from personal experience. So I spent years perfecting how to blend these together. That is the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong. It will prepare your body for the higher frequencies that come. So if you're listening to me and you're like, I don't believe him, good for you. I don't want you to take my word for any of this. I never teach anything that I myself have not personally investigated and proven. But I also don't expect you to take my word for anything. So For those of you who've never felt this energy that I'm talking about, this higher dimensional Dr. Manhattan explosive energy from inside the heart, then I created a practice that is called Summoning the Immortals. It is very easy to do. It looks like a normal Qigong sort of dance practice. It's very simple to do. It's very user-friendly on the body. Anybody can do it. But it does, in fact, release that higher dimensional electromagnetic energy, and it releases it throughout the whole body. You'll have access, direct access to higher dimensional beings if you want it. They will show up and they will help you. And if you're open to it, you can begin communicating with them. Don't believe me? Find it. Do it and find out. Go to thunderwizard.com, click on shop. It's very inexpensive. It's $29. So if you don't know if this thing is real and you don't have a lot of money, you can do, I guarantee you, the most powerful energy practice you've ever done, unless you've done the higher Maoshan practices. All right, so that is the beginners, the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong, Awakening the Immortals. I've told you how to get those. If you have done those and you're ready for more, then you go to the intermediate practices. Those are the 5-element spirit fighting sets. That can be found at thunderwizard.com in the shop, or you can get them all here at maoshan.thunderwizard.com. Let me tell you why these practices are so important. I had to do a bunch of reverse engineering to find this out. The people who taught me, the Grand Master who learned this, I want to say probably 40, 50 years ago, he channeled these practices, the 5-element spirit fighting practices. And what I found out is that the hand movements, which are very easy to replicate, but they're unique to that practice, that they stimulate within the heart mind, which is this higher dimensional energy. It stimulates each of the 5-element energies. Now, in case you didn't know, the 5 elements are actually gods. So ether, air, fire, water, earth, or in Taoism, wood, metal, fire, water, earth. These aren't just energies that exist and they don't have any consciousness. These are beings. When you do these practices, you get to become these beings. So it's one thing to be able to summon the elements, and it's another thing to become them. And that is what you do. You want to, if you're on the fence going, should I do these 5-element practices? You get to become higher dimensional versions of the 5 elements. You know, the organs have the 5 elements, but then there's 5 elements within this Shi energy, the heart stargate, which is on a completely higher level. This will also destroy all negative beings. If you do these practices, negative spirits can't come anywhere near you. If you don't believe me, give it a try. I'm telling you from my experience, I'm not the only one. You know, I don't give enough testimonials. I'm just too lazy, and I'm not here to toot my own horn. But I get messages from people all the time telling me what these 5-element practices are doing for them physically, energetically, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally. It'll completely change your life. So if you want to go on the intermediate path, you do those. And those can be found again at thunderwizard.com. Click on shop. If you're low on money, you can just get 1 element at a time. I recommend that you get all 5 so that you can be balanced, but you can start with wood and use that for a while. If you want to get all 5 of them, go to maoshan.thunderwizard.com. All right, and then we have the first spirit fighting set. So if you have done the 5 elements or you've just learned them, but you want to go further, then you go to maoshan.thunderwizard.com and get the spirit fighting first set, which is called the Hands of Creation. There's the butterfly for the Hands of Creation. I don't want to confuse you. You can go and get the smaller sets if you want, but they are free if you get the first set. The first set is the first spirit fighting set, meaning now you're at the level of literally fighting from the level of a god. And the first set is the set of creating the universe. So it gives you this kind of power. There are other sets, and I've got a video on there if you want to click on it and see all of the sets and what they do. Go right ahead. I won't take your time in this video to do that. So there it is. You've got thunderwizard.com. You've got memberships. Click on memberships to subscribe to the Warrior 90 Day, or for the Maoshan level 1 if you're at the 5 element level, which, by the way, if you have all of the 5 elements, the 5 element spirit fighting practices, and you still want to do the Warrior 90 Day every morning, you can subscribe to the Maoshan level 1, and you will have access to all of the Warrior 90 Day, as well as private videos from me, advanced videos on the 5 elements, on the Maoshan energy. Okay, so go check that out. That's at thunderwizard.com. And again, you've got the shop and you've got memberships, thunderwizard.com. Maoshan.thunderwizard.com is where if you just want to go get the sets and get ready, that's where you go. Okay, so there are more sets to come. So after the first set, there's the second set, the third set, there's the Spirit Fist set, and there is the Dark Warrior of the North, which is a very interesting set. I'm probably going to upload that one next because I think it's something that a lot of people can do, even at the lower levels. But again, I'll take time in other videos to explain it. There you go, my friends. I love you. I appreciate you all. If you have questions about it, put it in the comments section. I will answer every reasonable, respectful question. I will answer. And until next time, please be very good to yourselves. I wish you all the best. Oh.